besties, welcome to a brand new reading vlog. Hosting a Patreon readathon through my Patreon. I actually do bi-monthly readathons and I kind of theme them around what I'm in the mood for or if there's like a specific holiday within that month. So of course for the month of February I had to choose a readathon surrounding romance books, which is not typically something I read a lot of. So for this readathon I did tell my patrons they could read romantasy, or sometimes there's like romance and horror books, like whatever it is. I just have 3 prompts because this is taking place today on a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. And so for the first prompt, we just have read a book with red or pink on the cover. But this book is actually a very last minute decision. I was going to read a Sarah Adams book that I haven't read yet, but Bride by Ali Hazelwood just came out a couple days ago, and I have been seeing amazing things. Now, I've not actually read an Ali Hazelwood yet, and if I'm being completely honest, I had no interest up until this point. When I heard this was like a werewolf vampire kind of arranged marriage situation, and even though vampires aren't like my favorite thing ever, I feel like this is just going to be like a fun, unique kind of twist on your average love story, and it's a little bit more fantasy, which you guys know is my genre. We're just gonna roll with it, and I think I'm gonna get some pretty good reactions out of this one. A couple of my friends have read this one already, so I think I'm the most excited to get into this one because it wasn't like on my radar, but now that it is, I'm very excited to dive in. Next, we have my favorite romance trope, which is friends to lovers, and of course I had to choose a Lynn Painter, which is also another author that I am not familiar with at all. My friend Rachel gave me this book, and I do have another one of her books. They're both young adult romance, which isn't anything I typically gravitate towards, but I've heard amazing things about her romance, that they're very cute and just light and fluffy, and I love that in my romance books. There is romance quotes at the top of each chapter, which I think is so cute. There's even one from When Harry Met Sally, but I'm trusting Rachel because she absolutely loves her. And our last prompt, again because I wanted this to just be chill and very general or broad with what you could choose, so I chose the prompt of picking a book that just gives you like fuzzy warm feelings inside, and for this one I chose Lore Olympus Volume 4. This is a pretty hefty like graphic novel to get through, but I have been sitting on number 4 for a long time. Number 5 is already out now, and I just need to catch up, and I love graphic novels for readathons because obviously you get through them faster than like your typical novel, so I'm hoping that this will break up these other 2 books. I don't really know what I'm in the mood for, but these are definitely going to be top priority reads for me. I also have a romance trope bingo board that I created with a bunch of my favorite romance tropes, and I am going to pop that up here so you can kind of see it, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to do the prompts this weekend. We also have 13 going on 30 rom-com movie night tonight, which I think is going to be so much fun, and I thought it would be fun to pick that movie specifically because I did just turn 30 years old, and so I think it just kind of made sense and it just feels like the right choice. And I also have not watched it in maybe like 8 years, 5 at least. So we are gonna do a movie night tonight, and then we're gonna do reading sprints like all day long starting in the afternoon tomorrow. So I'm just very excited to finally dive into just some light, easy reads. But yeah, that is basically the plan for the weekend. I have Kindle coming over tonight. We're gonna watch the movie together, which is always a fun time. We'll probably do some reading sprints as well. I also had some dental work done this week, so if I have been like talking weird or like not smiling as much, or I don't in this video, just know it's still a little bit swollen and painful, but we're doing okay other than that. So yeah, it's just been a very chaotic, weird week for me, and this month I'm just ready for it to be over and for spring to be here. But right now we're gonna fully embrace the winter months. It's going to be a very rainy, kind of cozy weekend all weekend long, but it is 2 p.m. the first day of the readathon on Friday. I'm about to clock out of my full-time work job, and I am struggling, you guys. I am so tired. So I went and got myself one of these Fit tea energy drinks, which I have never seen these before. It doesn't say there's actually like tea in it, so I'm very confused. But what sold me on it was the strawberry acai. Let's just try it together, why don't we? Because this could be like my new favorite thing. It's kind of hard to beat Alani News because those are amazing. Those don't like make me super shaky. So I'm a little nervous about what this one's gonna do. Oh, that smells really good though. Oh wow. It is very sweet, but it's really smooth. It's not like super sparkly or super carbonated in comparison to like Alani. But as far as in the store, I don't even know where you can buy these, but yeah, super good. So I will report back to see if it gives me the shakes. But let's just go ahead and dive into this vlog. I have been talking long enough. The plans for the day, I do have a couple hours before dinner and Kindle gets here and everything. So I am actually going to organize my TBR cart again with you guys. I got so many books for my birthday. Thank you to my wonderful friends, but it is a mess. So I finally got like this room cleaned up and now it's a mess again. So we're gonna go ahead and like actually put my February TBR on my cart and just kind of rearrange some things and figure out what we need to do, because I had just enough shelf space for everything that I owned, and now I'm looking at getting like just a simple white bookshelf to go out on her landing because things are overflowing again, even after unhauling 150 books. So I definitely have a problem, but it makes me upset that I just finished organizing and it looks like this again. We're gonna go ahead and organize together. Let's go ahead and get this vlog started, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and dive right into Better Than the Movies. Hello besties, welcome to day 2 of the Readathon. I am sitting here at my desk, same place, different day. I'm doing some Patreon Readathon sprints right now. We are having the best time. But before we get into the rating update, which honestly is not that much of a rating update, I do have some really cute, fun packages to share with you, and I was like, why not open them together? These might actually be things that you guys are interested in getting yourself because of course they're bookish. Starting with this one from Needle and Stitch Co. Can we just appreciate the pattern of this envelope? It is so cute. This was actually a product that is made to order, so it did take a little while to get here. I think I've been waiting like 6 weeks for this, and I'm so incredibly excited. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh, this is so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna take it out of the sleeve here so you can see. But this is my very own zip up Kindle case, and I love, love, love this pattern. It's like this soft kind of yellow flower plant. I don't know if that's a daisy, but my favorite part about this is the little zipper here. That is a flower, and this is just so adorable. Let's see what the inside looks like. No way! This is so cute, you guys. There's like a navy bluish kind of polka dot pattern. Okay, we need to put my Kindle in here because I'm dying to try this out. Oh my gosh, moment of truth. Yes, oh my gosh. This is absolute perfection. This is so cute. You guys, I own so many book sleeves, but I don't have any that have a zipper that I can just throw my Kindle around in my purse. It's always like falling out of a book sleeve. If you guys are looking for a little Kindle case, this will take a little bit to get to you, but this is really great quality, so I feel like this was definitely worth the purchase. This item I am a little bit scared of. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the quality's gonna be like, but the Etsy reviews were really good. I'm just worried about the color of this shirt. I think I chose ivory, but I'm scared it's gonna turn out like this taupe kind of cream color. This actually came from a shop in the UK. Ooh, okay, I think this is actually gonna be good. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, this is actually really cute. It is a Velaris t-shirt. Oh my gosh, this actually reminds me of like a band tee kind of in a way. But this is a Bella canvas in large. There's nothing on the back. But I loved this color specifically. I feel like it's a really good spring kind of color with the blue and kind of the peach and yellow. So I love it. I think this is going to be perfect and the perfect fit as well. I like my shirts a little bit oversized, but not like crazy baggy. And you can never have too many t-shirts. So if you guys are interested, I will also leave the link for this. Also, I wanted to show you guys real quick this stunning, stunning cover of this book. Kendall got it for me because it was on the shelves early. So she snagged me a copy called A Tempest of Tea. Holy moly. This is so pretty, you guys. This is like stunning. This is such a pretty book. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and I think it's just because the end pages look a lot different than the regular copy. And we also have like this sign, I think, of the tea shop on the front. It says, "Why save the world when you can have tea?" I don't know much about this, but this has been highly, highly, highly anticipated for me for a while. Vampire's tea, I mean, doesn't get any better, so hopefully this lives up to my expectations. So Kendall did come over last night and we hung out. We watched 13 Going on 30, and honestly I forgot how sweet and wholesome that story is with Mark Ruffalo. I completely forgot he was in that movie, so that was such a pleasant surprise. Kendall and I loved it. A couple of my patrons hadn't even seen it, so I'm glad that we could all watch that together. But then it was about 10:30 when that movie was over, and Kendall and I were like, do you want to watch another movie or should we read? And we were like, let's watch another movie. So we actually watched Knock at the Cabin in the Woods, I believe, which is based off the Paul Tremblay book Cabin at the End of the World, I think, and it was okay. It's by M. Night. He includes like a lot of religious kind of subtext or whatever in a lot of his movies, and that one definitely wasn't my favorite. Rupert Grint was in it, but spoiler alert, he actually dies pretty early on, so we were kind of disappointed about that. I basically read one chapter of this yesterday and I loved what I read, but I have been reading most of this today. I'm actually already at the halfway point, so we're not doing too bad. I have like an hour and a half left of the audio of this, so I will definitely be finishing and starting Olympus and probably even starting Bride today, so it's looking pretty good. Like, we're gonna get through all of these books. But my thoughts so far on this book, it is definitely like a 4-star feeling, and I think that's because young adult romance isn't typically my thing, which I already said, but the way she's writing these characters are way more mature high schoolers than I feel like most people write high schoolers. And I didn't realize there's gonna be like a love triangle sort of thing, but the way that she's doing it is really well done. We have one of the guys who's kind of pushing Liz, the main character, towards the other guy instead of both of them kind of fighting for her attention. I don't know, I just like the way this is done. I don't love love triangles, but this one doesn't bother me at all, and I love all the movie references, I love all the music references, I love how we have like a childhood friendship to kind of lover story that's happening here. The childhood friend Wes takes her shopping and gives her clothing advice, and it's just super cute. There is a lot of cute moments in here. But then on the other end, we have Liz, who goes to see her mom every day at her grave site, and there's also a lot of like emotions wrapped into this, and Liz is still holding on to a lot of grief. Even with the way she interacts with her stepmom, she can't call her stepmom, she just calls her by her first name. And so I think a lot of those things she's going through are very realistic experiences and emotions, and I feel like that's something that a lot of teenagers will be able to relate to, even people as adults. So we just have a lot more mature content happening in this, which I really like. And we also just got a really cute moment of Wes and Liz. They have lived next to each other their whole life, but they don't know where each other's room is, even though their houses are right next to each other. And I kind of pictured like the Taylor Swift music video where she's just like holding the sign up in the window and they're communicating across kind of like the way out the window. And I don't know, I just feel like that was the perfect Taylor Swift moment. But I am loving this. It's super cute. Don't know if it's gonna be like an all-time favorite, but I'm enjoying every second of it. That is where we're at. I am gonna be sprinting here probably for a while longer. We've only been on here 2 hours, but I'm kind of thinking we might do 4 or even 5 hours today. I just need like the accountability, and of course I have my friends on here, so it's just nice to be able to hang out since some of us are long distance. So that's what I'm doing the rest of the day. I might actually catch up more with you guys tomorrow and just focus on a lot of reading today. But until then, I'm going to finish this book, and maybe I will update you guys at the end of today and let you guys know how far I get. friends, welcome to Sunday, the last day of the readathon. As you can tell, it's a pretty casual day over here. I did just get finished doing a home workout. I've been using this girl named Lucy Wyndham Reed, and she does a lot of like low impact but like really good cardio workouts, and I've been super enjoying them. I have been trying to get back into just moving my body. I'm more focused on the movement, so I'm slowly easing myself back into that, and she just has great workouts. I have issues with my knees and my wrists and things like that. I really truly believe it's from doing so many years of gymnastics. So I've been doing just a lot of low impact movement, and it's been super great. So I will also leave her channel below. If you're someone like me that works from home a lot, or you are home a lot, or even if you're like a stay-at-home mom and you just want like a quick 15-minute like movement in your day, I highly recommend checking her out. She has like meal plans and weekly playlists and just all these different things where she makes it so easy. But I am really tired today. I did not want to get ready. I did not want to do anything. I am here to tell you about my reading. So I did finish this yesterday and I absolutely loved it. Basically read it in one day. I don't think it's gonna be like an all-time 5-star read for me, but this is so good for young adult. There's no spice, there's only like one kiss. It is just heavier on like the emotions of a teenager, which I could relate to. I feel like if I read this when I was like 18, I would enjoy this so much more. But overall it was just like a fluffy fun time, but like I said, there's a lot of meaning with the grief and things that she's working through with her mom, and it was just so sweet to see her kind of come around near the end. This was just such a good book about friendships and relationships and family. It was very well-rounded, and I really just love the way she writes. It feels a little bit more than just basic, and I really appreciated that because young adult contemporary books just sometimes feel so basic. I just feel like I'm so far removed from that genre at this point. Even though I'm a 30-year-old, I feel like this definitely was not below me. I feel like I was still able to relate to a lot of things. I know I would be thinking a lot of the same things that Liz did. I will be picking up the Do-Over, which I also own by her, and I'm very excited to see what her adult books are like. So I'm glad I finally read a Lynn painter. Now this book is probably the biggest plot twist because I was going into this book thinking I was going to rate it 3 stars. Listen, I am 130 pages in. I'm planning to finish this today, and I think it might end up being a 5-star. Like, I don't know, there's like twists and turns, and our main character is so humorous. This is reminding me a lot of Rachel Harrison. If you've read Rachel Harrison books at all, this will probably remind you of Such Sharp Teeth. Our main character is not only like betrothed to this werewolf to avoid another war, but she's also searching for one of her friends that disappeared, and she believes her werewolf husband has something to do with it. But there's also this little girl named Anna. She is so cute and so funny. Honestly, she's just making the entire story for me. This is also giving me vibes of like Nevernight by J. Krystal. I don't know why, but like the humor and the sarcasm I think is what is really reminding me of like those dark, kind of not gory, but crass in a way a little bit. I don't even know. I feel like people have said this is so different from her other books that I don't think I'm interested enough in trying her other books, but I'm definitely like getting more curious to see if she's gonna take some of her new books a little bit more of a like fantastical route like this one. It's so good. Like, it's very fast paced. It's reminding me of Twilight as well because we have so many like vampires in this family. There's also a spider monkey reference that is just sending me. Like, the humor is so great. It's honestly making me in the mood to actually pick up Twilight, but I still have yet to pick this one up. I'm trying to hit the 200-page mark in this one, which will put me halfway, and then I am going to read this one and take a little bit of a break. I feel like it's been a long time since I've gotten into a graphic novel, so yeah, I'm really excited to pick this one up. But one thing I thought that we could do together today is decorate my Kindle. I've actually been holding off on wanting to do this because I wanted to share this little haul with you guys guys. This is the #1 small company I always buy magnetic bookmarks from and stickers. Her name is Casey from Furever Booked because she does have some fur babies, which I love. She did just have a Sarah J. Maas drop, and so of course I had to order some of those items. So I thought I would share with you guys just the way she packages, and if you guys are interested at all, this is not sponsored, but I thought we could decorate my Kindle together today because I got a new clear case because the first one I was a dum-dum and actually put all my stickers on my clear case so I can't change it out. So I thought I would show you a little bit of her branding and how cute this is. So these are kind of like her colors, and all her orders come with this little like info sheet and the things that she sells. And then all of these items came perfectly packaged in this little Valentine's paper, which is so sweet. I'm a sucker for the checkered pattern. You can probably tell from like my blanket back here, but I've always loved checkered. Even though it hasn't always been trending, I honestly have always loved a good checker pattern. So I had to pick up these 2 bookmarks because obviously they're checkered. I love this one. That's just a good reminder, obviously, for all of us. Her orders always come with this little bookmark as well with a little ghosty on it. And you guys, this girl always puts the best freebies. If you spent $10 at her shop, she gave you this Sarah J. Maas magnetic bookmark, and it's like this kind of holographic material, which is so cool. I love it. I had to get this in sticker form as well. These were also from her Sarah J. Maas drop. This one's gonna be for my Kindle. This was another freebie. If you've read Crescent City, you know where this little guy's from. Also another freebie. We love the checkered once again. These are stickers I actually bought because they go together. I thought they would be perfect for spring. They're just pastel, they have flowers. These are kind of big, so I feel like we'll be doing a lot of overlapping, but I love how these go together so well. A lot of her stickers do. These 2 also go together. Same color palette. We love it. This one I thought was so cute, and I love that it's a little bit smaller, but again, going for the floral pink type of spring vibe. And this, of course, was another freebie. Like, is that not so cute? I've been dying to decorate my Kindle. I thought we could do it together. I've been just waiting for the perfect moment to find a time to like vlog it and do it with you guys. I also have a ton of other stickers from her, ones that she's given to me for free or ones that I've bought before that are a little bit smaller than these, so we'll have to do some playing around for sure. In order to give ourselves a little bit of a reading break, let's decorate the Kindle. This gloomy, rainy day is making me so tired. Back. Yes, it is later in the week because I did not finish Bride on the weekend. Every time I do a weekend vlog, for whatever reason, I literally cannot finish all my books. I just get distracted, I get burned out, I would rather go like watch a movie or do something else. So I did not finish Bride in time on the weekend, but I did finish it and I am here to tell you about it. I'm gonna have to drink some of that first before we get into it. Okay, so I did finish this book. I did end up giving it to Kindle to borrow my physical copy, and I finished about the last hour on audio. This book was so weird. Let me just say, tying the wedding knot has a whole different meaning now, and if you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about, and I wish I didn't know what I was talking about because that was definitely disturbing. I can definitely see from the more spicy scenes why people don't really like Ali Hazelwood, because the language that was used and things like that, it was just very cringy. Did not like it. And I think my least favorite part of this book was the actual romance, which is weird, right? Because this is a romance book, I'm supposed to like the romance, but we had so much more going for this book. We had the world, which there wasn't a lot of world building necessarily. It was basically just like the humans, the vampires, and the wolves, and how all of those packs kind of work together. So it was more political than it was world building. But this is like one of the very few vampire books I've ever read, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I think that's because we didn't get a whole lot of like vampire goriness that you think you would get from a book like this. It was more based off family and friendship and so much more. Because I'm a fantasy reader, I did enjoy this a lot. There was fantastical elements while also it being just very easy to understand. So I feel like if you're someone that isn't typically a fantasy reader, you would definitely like this. But what we were missing the second half of the book is Anna, which is Lo, our main character's sister, and she was adorable and so cute and just made the book so funny. But for whatever reason, we didn't get her like at all in the second half of the book. Even like the epilogue or the ending, I just wanted like a little more cuteness from her. I don't know, she was like my favorite character and she disappeared the second half of the book. So those two things, the romance and Anna, were like my only complaints. The rest of it was just so much fun. If you want something that's feminist, that's kind of like Rachel Harrison, but that's just super funny and just a good time that you can binge read on a weekend, this one is it. This one is definitely the book for you. And I do not think I'm going to read any more Ali Hazelwood, but I can definitely say now that I'm a little bit more open to it. So I'm actually going to rate that one a solid 4 stars. It was a 5 until, I don't know, I just kind of lost that 5-star feeling. Not that I was trudging through the book, but there's just some parts that I was like, like the whole book wasn't for me. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but you just know, you know when you have that 5-star feeling, and this one was not it, but this was like a solid 4.5 stars, and I was pleasantly surprised. And I also can't forget to mention, I did read and finish this, and for whatever reason, I was holding up volume 5 in the beginning of this video. Don't know why. I was reading volume 4 this whole time, and I do have 5 that I can read now. I will say that this isn't like my favorite of the whole series. I still think number 3 was super solid. We just had a lot of character development in that one. This one I felt like nothing happened. We got some more backstories on some of these Greek gods, but otherwise the romance didn't like progress. There's something about this one that just made it like a 4 for me. I still don't think this is like my favorite graphic novel series of all time, but it did feel very like Valentine's, and I feel like that was the perfect time this past weekend to pick it up. So I do recommend this series, but I will say this one like wasn't my favorite necessarily. So I am gonna give this one 4 stars, as well as better than the movie. I was debating on giving this like a 5, but in comparison to like Abby Jimenez and Emily Henry and some of my favorites, I just don't think I can give it a 5. But I am interested to read her other adult books, because maybe her adult books I will have more of a connection with, and maybe there will be even deeper topics that she explores like she did in this one. So I'm very curious to buy some of her adult books, especially for spring. I feel like the perfect time to read romance books is spring. Kind of have that budding romance feeling, and so I'm definitely gonna pick up more of her adult books and see how that goes. But yeah, this was another solid, great, just fun, fluffy book. So I gave all of my books, including Bride, 4 stars. So I will say that was a pretty great reading weekend for me, and I will say this whole year has been such a great reading year. I am sticking to my TBRs. I'm not going through my library apps or Everand and just, oh, what looks good today? Like, what do I have time for? I'm sticking to the books that I own, anticipated releases, is books I know for a fact I'm gonna love, which I guess Bride, I kind of went on a whim with that one, but my friend Elizabeth said it was really good and she thought I would like it, so I trusted her on that. But yeah, I just am having a great reading year. I don't think I've had a single 1-star. I don't think I've had a 2-star. I think maybe I've had maybe 1 3-stars, and I've read probably 17, 18 books at this point, so I'm very happy to keep that streak going with these books. And yeah, it's just been a great reading year, so I cannot wait to see what else is in store. But thank you guys so much as always for watching this cozy home video. You guys are my people. I love you so much. If you guys are interested at all in hanging out on weekends like this with me, where we read together, we share pictures, we chat books, we share TBRs, we read some of the same books. If you guys are craving that community at all, definitely check out my Patreon. I feel like I don't plug it enough and I don't want to sound like preachy or marketing myself, but it truly is so fun. And for $3 a month, I mean, it's less than $1 a week, it's less than a coffee. So if you guys are interested at all in seeing what I do over there, you can start a free trial membership for a week and just see how it goes and see if you like it. I host bi-monthly readathons, so our next one will be in April, and we'll probably do more of like a spring theme, do some fun spring activities. The gears are always turning on the next readathon, and I host sprints sometimes once, sometimes twice a week. So if you guys need some accountability with reading, I highly recommend checking that out. I would love to have you guys join my little community because we have fun and we do fun things like this. But thank you so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.